First of all, the hair's giving, okay? Hold on. Hey guys, I hope we're having a good, productive, motivational, positive day. Today I'm coming here to talk about how to control your emotions. Look at her. Just really talking about things that work for me. All my relationships that I've been in, I haven't dated since high school. Because after I graduated high school and I had my last relationship, I realized that there were things that I needed to really take the time to change. I didn't want to act a certain kind of way. I didn't, certain things just did not resonate with me. So I haven't dated since. And of course I've dated around, but then I kind of use those people to develop growth within myself, especially if I genuinely like them. Also, I would not get into situations where I genuinely did not like the person. I would cut that shit short. So yeah, that's another reason why I haven't dated. I haven't really found people that resonated with me. But you can't just stop dating, How the fuck are you supposed to meet anybody? I thought someone was crawling on my leg. Dusty was smelling my calf. Weird ass. You a weird ass nigga. But I'm about to make these teriyaki chicken noodles, and we're gonna talk about this. Oh, did I hit you with this? Should be alright. I know the microwave, I know what's going on in the background, but I just needed to say this. Introspection is key to healing anything that you want to heal within yourself. You have to develop introspection, okay? And shit's gonna take some time. It's gonna take time. A couple years ago, I would have never thought that I would be in a position that I am mentally right now. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but the fact that I see myself constantly developing as a person, like, cheers to me. Because I would pray to God, like, how God, how am I supposed to change habits? How am I supposed to become non-emotional? And I realized I was asking all of the wrong fucking questions. Now, let me wait for my noodles. I'll be back. Whew. Here we go, guys. A little bit about me. Girl, if you don't get your little ass down, who? She just pulled up on me like, bitch, let me smell the noodles, ho. No, you may not smell my noodles, bro. A little bit about myself, though. All of my relationships failed in high school because of the fact that I was in desperate need of validation and emotional connection because I lacked that area as a child. A lot of people don't know how to be emotional. They just cut off all the fucking emotions. So whenever I will become emotional, it was deemed as sensitive all the time. Even if I wasn't being all like booger-eyed crying, just the fact that I expressed something that hurt me, I couldn't take a joke, or I'm being over-exaggerative, or it's not that serious. And when I list off these things, don't assume that I'm just referring to family. Although it also breaks out to everybody else that I've encountered in my life. Girl, if you don't get your ass on, what the fuck is for? Oh my gosh. But just with that being said, I was in desperate need of validation, love, reassurance. I built those character traits within myself because I felt alone. I never felt misunderstood. I felt like everybody was going to leave me. I felt like everybody was nonchalant. And in return, by me having that mindset and by me having that dynamic within myself, at that point, and what I realized is that it's not that you attract what you are, because in a sense you don't. You can still meet people that are not like you, but at the same time, those situations you're not going to resort to because it doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel like home. A situation that would have been easily for me to assess and to maneuver within would be people that are nonchalant and people that didn't know how to be expressive, people that shut down, people that I had to chase almost. And then when I would get emotional, I would feel stupid, like, oh, I just need to leave, fuck it. So then I was the person that will always break up with somebody every 10 seconds, like, oh, fuck the relationship. I didn't know how to just work through my emotions at all whatsoever. Now, whenever you go to look at videos and you try to find out how to control your emotions, the first thing people will tell you is to be busy, and that's not it, my boy. Trust me, it's not it, because it's almost impossible that you're going to be busy all the time. Something happens. Not to mention, if you are busy, 9 times out of 10, that's what the fuck you're going to be thinking about the entire time. Is, oh my gosh, why is he? Oh. It's just it's. Oh. Get you. What the fuck are you doing? You're being a fucking crackhead. Why are you climbing the curtains? What's wrong with you? Do you want to go in a fucking cage? They'll tell you to be busy. And it's honestly, it's always nice to have a life, because if you have a life, then it means you won't be overly available, which is good. But at the same time, it doesn't really teach you, it doesn't really let you know all the things that you can do within yourself in order to make the whole situation a whole lot easier. I watched this lady, and she was talking as if you should think of emotions as money. So why would I spend more than what you're spending on me? Why would I invest more money into you when you're not investing money into me? The devil trying to stop me. The devil's trying to get in my way. Holy Spirit, guide my words and my thoughts. Holy Spirit, guide my words. Let it flow out like water. Any situation where you're receiving less than what you deserve or what you feel like you need to prosper in that relationship, you need to retreat, or you need to back all the way up. A lot of the time, I would try to withdraw all emotion, especially as a child, when I was told that I will try to just withdraw all of my emotions. And it would never work for me, because then I would become overly emotional. I wouldn't allow my emotions to take up space. Now, when I get overly emotional, like for instance, I met this guy. And I would like for this guy to text me more. But why would I sit here and, for one, tell a man how to treat me when it's somebody else that I don't have to tell, for one? For two, why would I get upset at the fact that this man just doesn't want to text me? So fucking what? So, but of course I'm not going to tell myself that. In the moment I was getting overly emotional, and honestly I was thinking about it for at least an hour. But then I would ask myself questions. Now, this is why I say developing introspection is important, because you have to have these conversations with yourself. Why do you want him to text you? Well, I would like to get to know him better. Do you even like him? Well, now that you mention it, I don't think I do like him. So why do you think you're bothered by the fact that he's not texting you? Well, the fact that he doesn't want me makes me want to want him. Now, do you think that's healthy? I don't think that's healthy. Then why are you still upset? Because deep down, I want someone to actually want me. Why do you want someone to want you? And just that fucking question alone opened up a whole 100 fucking heap of answers. He indeed is not the problem, my boy. I am. I'm just saying that all to say, because whenever I will be in these relationships, I will be upset. And I would expect for these people to know how to handle me emotionally, because of the fact that I always have the right things to say when someone else is in desperate need of me. And then I had to take time to digest the fact that everybody is not emotionally in tune. Everybody isn't going to know how to respond. And that's something that I have to accept in my life. And I can either wait for that person to come along, or to put my pride to the side in that area. If I don't want to put my pride to the side in that area, then that means I need to keep on loving myself and waiting for that person to come across me. I will get in these like entanglements, and people will tell me that I'm expecting too much, or my expectations aren't normal. Why would I not want something from somebody that I know that I'm capable of giving someone else? And that was also my problem, lowering my standards. Every time that I lowered my fucking standards, those are the situations that I became overly emotional in, because of the fact that people told me that I wanted too much, or they feel as if they're walking on glass. Well, bitch, if you feel like walking on glass, step on the motherfucking shards. Shit. And then I would think that I was invincible almost, because of the fact that I was living life a certain way. I was living life in a certain way for an extended amount of time. So it's no way that I'm going to attract horrible people, because you are what you attract. So if I'm doing this, I should attract people like this. And that's just not true. Good people still have bad experiences. Bad people still have good experiences. It just really, it all depends on the decisions that you choose to make. That's what it boils down to. So I will meet these people not realizing that it's a fucking test. It's a test. Because now you claim that you're walking like this and you're doing this and this and this and this. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Let me see. You said you're hurt. Let me see it. I want to eat my food, but to conclude this video, the keys that you need to take away from every little rant that I just had is that in order to develop emotional maturity, you have to, one, analyze the areas that you lack in. Why do I feel like I need this from relationships? Do I really need this? Or is this a emotional trauma bond that I'm about to develop? Two, you have to learn how to ask those hard questions. Any emotion that I get, I sit down and I have a 10-minute conversation with myself. A course of questions breaking down the last question that I just asked myself. But why do you feel this way? Why do you feel this way? Why do you feel this way? But why do you feel this way? Three, really just taking the time to step back and to pause before you react. And when you first start to incorporate that third habit, pausing, it can be difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's very difficult, but you have to do it. Something that's helped me out in that area, you know how you have those fake arguments with yourself in the fucking shower and shit? I have arguments with myself. I sure the fuck do. I ask myself, how would you respond to a situation like this? And I develop the most healthiest response that I can come up with. The most healthiest response that I can possibly come up with. Example, let's say that I reacted bad in a situation, and I know that I could have potentially handled that situation way better than what I just did. Then at that moment, I will go home, have that same exact argument in the fucking mirror, preferably sometimes in the shower, depending on how much I keep thinking about it, and I will come up with better ways for me to respond. I will take the time to come up with the healthiest response possible, so whenever I encounter the next situation, I already know how to handle it. Call me crazy. And then something else, I get so tired of hearing people saying that it's not possible for them to do something. Because I can't just sit here and act like I was the most insanest person on earth, but my nigga, I was not there. Like, I had, the screws were loose and the rest were gone type shit. So if I'm able to sit here and to work on myself consistently, so can you. And on the outside looking in, you're going to look at somebody and just assume that they have their fucking life together, but you really don't know the things that they did in order to get into the position that they're currently in. So never judge a book by its cover. Oh my gosh, one more fucking thing. If you see somebody, you cannot, I'm a fantasy. I fantasize like a motherfucker. I fantasize. I will sit on my bed for hours, listen to music, and just fantasize about being in love and dancing and all this glorious shit. And I still do, because there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having those fantasies. It keeps the love going, keeps life interesting. But at the same time, you do not want to give people traits that you don't know that they actually have. I would, like, another example, let's say you beat somebody, right? And this guy, you meet him, he's working out 6 times a day. He's Muslim. He prays a couple times a day. He's opened up the door for me. Naturally, I'm going to give him attributes that he never showed me. Like, oh, he must be a gentleman. And, oh, he's probably going to buy me flowers. And he's probably so intuitive and emotionally connected. And next thing you know, he's not none of those motherfucking things. And now, Now I'm upset. Now I feel like I got played. When in reality, this man never told me he was that. He never told me he was that. You decided to put yourself in a situation where you didn't take the time to get to know somebody more. So it's not him that's the fucking problem. Whether or not he cheated, played you, or fucking just wanted you for sex. People are going to show you all the signs before you even get connected to them. And you decided to ignore them and to give him attributes that you didn't even know that he actually had. That's some goofball shit right there. And I'm not talking about you. I'm really talking about all of us as a collective. But it's okay. Today is a new day. We can start again. We can start the fuck again. It's nice to be busy. And you want a life so that way you're not easily accessible to everybody that you encounter. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing the work on the inside, everything else doesn't matter. Now, I thought that if I pursued multiple men, this is going to sound horrible. I thought that if I pursue multiple men, that's the man that I got emotionally connected with, it wouldn't affect me as much as it used to, and that's a lie. Every single insecurity that I had, every piece of baggage that I didn't face front and try to work on, it showed up, and it's always going to show up no matter what position you try to put yourself in. So indeed, being busy is not going to help you, boo, but it's okay because time is at an essence and you can change. I also thought that if I stopped dating, that if I just say fuck dating altogether, these problems will mystically disappear, and that's not the case either. Because every time I began to date, those things resurfaced. So I indeed have to continue dating. But I indeed do have to keep my standards. Just because you're dating, that does not mean that you're not going to be alone. But when I'm granted the opportunity to be able to meet, converse, chop it up with somebody, I am. But once I see like, oh my boy, I don't know if this is for me, then I proceed to walk away and wait for my next opportunity to meet my soulmate. But yeah, that's all I have to talk about. But anyways, the hair is hairing, okay? Bye guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.